is over.
We're back.
With over $40 million in deals made in the tank so far and thousands of jobs created, Emmy Award-winning Shark Tank has reinvigorated entrepreneurship in America. And now we're back.
When you have an opportunity, when lightning hits, you gotta go.
Come on, kids!
More ingenious ideas.
We've created an innovative, fun brand that's really speaking to our generation.
Drop in a tablet and let it go to work.
It's completely waterproof and it floats.
And life-changing deals.
When you walked in here, I thought cha-ching, a-ling-a-ding-dong. I'll give you $275, but I want 51%. The horror! Give her a deal!
If I offered you $30 million, would you take it?
No.
With surprising new entrepreneurs.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel, and I want to tell you a story.
And an exciting new guest shark. They come from all walks of life, chasing the American dream.
I'm engaged, and my fiance lives in Japan. She can't come out here unless I make this happen.
My mom struggled with drug addiction her whole life, and I worked my way out.
I was raised by a single mother. Me too. I resonate with this, and I want to be a part of this.
When Noah was born, I was getting my MBA. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I never got to take that risk.
You guys are the American dream come true. You are why I do this show.
But no one is safe when there's blood in the water.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You guys don't like when you get scooped.
Are you out of your mind?
My BS meter is going nuts.
Are you going to take me behind the bar now and shoot me? 150, gone. 250, vaporized. Now you're vaporized. Get out of here.
Dad, who let you out of your cage?
Sorry, that is such crap. I don't want to say something rude
Because
to you,
you're not a
so
rude
I'm just going to
guy.
go.
Wait, you're not the guy to walk away.
And tonight, an all-new 2-hour Shark Tank event.
Ding, ding, ding.
I hate this so much, it's incredible.
There's two types of people that quicken the dead.
The new season starts now.
Come on, guys, come on!
I've been rich and I've been poor. Rich is better. Better.
I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Brett, and we're husband and wife from Fort Worth, Texas.
When we first had Charlotte, we were so excited. But as happens, the sleepless night started. Out of desperation, I created something that had our daughter sleeping through the night every night.
Stephanie's invention was life-changing. We knew it would help other parents across the world, so we launched our business.
Things were moving along great, and we were ready to have another baby. After getting pregnant, I started experiencing pain, and we went to the hospital and found out that we had lost the baby. The doctors had told me that if I had not gone in, I would have died within 24 hours. To continue on with business as usual was impossible for me. I had to tell my customers, I need your patience and understanding because I lost a baby. As soon as I shared that, I was flooded with these women that had gone through what I had gone through. It really helped me heal, and then soon we found out we were pregnant again. Every cloud has a silver lining, and our silver lining was our little boy Maverick. We've taken the company this far, but we really need the Sharks' involvement to reach our full potential.
We hope the Sharks will see how truly special this business really is. What's up, Sharks? My name is Brett Parker.
And I'm Stephanie Parker, and we're from Fort Worth, Texas.
Our company is Sleeping Baby, and we're here seeking an investment of $200,000 in exchange for 10% of our company.
For new parents, the most valuable commodity is sleep. You'll do anything to get your baby to sleep longer. Our product is a sleep insanity saver for parents and babies everywhere.
When our daughter, Charlotte, was a newborn, we practiced the swaddle technique, where we wrapped her up like a little burrito in a tight and cozy fit, helped her sleep through the night. This is our son, Maverick. He's all snug in a swaddle, and then all of a sudden, like most babies, eventually, they break out. And they start scratching their face, waking themselves up, and that's never good for the baby or the parent. Well, our daughter, as she got older, began waking up every 15 minutes. We were exhausted. We knew that we had to do something to transition off the swaddle.
Out of desperation and exhaustion, I sat down on my little sewing machine, and the fabulous Zippity Zip was born. Like a swaddle, it mimics the cozy enclosed environment of the womb, but it also allows the baby to push up and roll over and wiggle around safely and freely. I'll show you a little bit how it works. So this is our little son, Maverick again, sleeping in a Zippity Zip, and he startles, and as you can see, because of the slight resistance in the arms, he's able to put himself back to sleep without my help.
Aww.
So, when our daughter tried the Zippity Zip the first time, she slept 12 hours, which means we slept 12 hours that night. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of our zippity zips so you can see the fabulous quality.
So who startled the baby just to make a great video?
Me. I know, right?
I see your
was like,
priorities
oh
are in order. I
gosh.
like it.
What's yours got on it, Kevin? Monsters.
Okay, so why don't you tell us how many of these little straitjackets you're selling?
We've sold a few. We've sold about 25,000.
What do you sell them for?
$34.95 to $39.95.
When did you start selling them?
2.5 years. So we've sold a little over $1 million worth.
Wow.
Do you sell them direct? Do you sell them wholesale?
100% of our business is through our own site.
Online.
100%?
100%.
Good for you.
So how did you get the word out there about it? How do people know to get it?
There's an incredible community of moms that when their babies are sleeping, they talk. We have done no marketing.
Guys, we were trying to make $200 a month so my wife could stay at home with the baby. We invested $700 into this business.
Total.
That's it. Built a $500 website, grabbed $200 of the fabric, and threw it together. And when we went live, we did $200 in 5 minutes, shut it off. And my wife said, what am I going to do? And I said, you're going to learn how to sew.
So what makes the baby fall asleep in this? Because he's not tight.
No, I can tell you a little bit of science behind it. So a baby, when they're stuck in the womb for a really long time, they're in that little tiny ball, right? And so when they are out of the womb, all of a sudden there's this freedom, and they have something called a Moro reflex.
A what?
A Moro reflex, it's a startle reflex, so that when a baby puts their arms out, they kind of feel like they're falling until they jolt. And just like you saw right there. And so they need to feel their edges. And if they're able to feel their edges, then they're able to fall back asleep a lot more efficiently.
So it's a womb-like protective state.
Exactly.
Okay, so if I gave you $200,000, could you quadruple your production?
Immediately.
And do you know which SKUs you would do that to?
I would do it with my new prints that I know for a fact will sell, and I'll tell you why. I have actually vetted these prints with all of my online followers, so they vote on them.
Wow.
And they choose what they want. I cannot tell you the community of women that is part of our process. Is just it's mind blowing. Last year we lost our baby, and we had an incredible community of people that were willing to be there for us and vice versa for them, in terms of just feeling like they could go to our social media pages and share some of their hearts. And so there's no duplicating that.
Steph, so sorry about your baby.
You know, if that hadn't happened, we wouldn't have Maverick.
Yeah.
So I am so grateful, and he's in his zippity zip sleeping right now.
You know, it's interesting. I have found throughout the years of creating product and dealing with a lot of different entrepreneurs that the people that are really putting out good have a lot of good coming back to them. I think you're doing everything right.
Thank you.
I'd like to give you an offer. I'm going to give you $200,000, but I'd like 25% because I think that it's going to require a certain amount of help from me in helping you to build a brand and get it out there. But I really like the proof of concept.
Thank you. First of all, we're grateful, but if that's okay with you, we'd love to hear some other things.
Do you want to go into retail? Is that one of the things you'd like to do, or do you want to keep this as a community online?
You know, a lot of the questions that you guys ask, we need to have definitive answers. I don't know the answer to that.
You need to have that answer clear, because I'm the guy who wants to take it to retail.
Sure.
Right? But that doesn't mean that's the right answer. You're making a clean, you're going to bring in maybe $1 million this year. Correct. With no hassle of dealing with retailers sending it back. You may not want to go to retail. Right? Sure. You know, these guys want to squeeze you when you go to retail.
Well, that would be my vision,
and
too.
we're of that mind, too. It's just a matter of we've never crossed that bridge.
So let me chime in here. My family, when they moved to North America, they brought a business called Kitty's Togs with them. That's what my grandfather started, and they made exactly this clothing, identical.
Really?
Yeah. They were in existence when we could make this stuff in America at a cost that was competitive. And when it transitioned to Asia, they got killed. Retail is a very difficult beast to manage. I think this connection you've created with your customer base is unique, and it's from the heart. It's hard to listen to your story without getting emotional. It's so powerful. I'd do your deal, $200,000 for 20%. Straight deal. I do not want to see you die in retail.
I'm about to fall over.
No royalty forever?
No, there's no royalty. There's no royalty. My offer is straight equity. I have a
should
connection
pay
to
you
this
to
business.
actually take that deal because that would be a first ever. Ever.
This is my old family business all over again, except with people that have figured it out in a new world.
Thank you for the offer.
So, I'm going to match Kevin's offer.
Wow.
$200,000 for 20.
Are you a retail guy?
I think we're going to try it, test it. If it doesn't work, we're going to stay right where we are.
I'm sticking.
And we have yet to hear from Mark.
You guys don't need me. I mean, look, you guys are the American dream come true.
Thank you.
Because everybody out there now knows that your back can be against the wall, you can suffer personal tragedy, and with $700, you can be standing right there and already have a great business in place and get all these offers. So while I'm out, I can't applaud you enough. You guys are amazing.
Thank you. That means a lot.
You know, as Mark said, you're the proof. All you need is drive. You need ambition. A lot of people think you need to spend hundreds of thousands. And it sounds like this is really the O'Leary family business, which I never knew.
So I didn't know we had a family.
So on this one, I'm out.
But you've got 3 offers. What would you like to do?
First of all, thank you. What an opportunity. All the offers are extremely generous. My question to you, Damon, is this. We understand that you probably have the manufacturing that you could help us out with, correct?
Sure, of course.
And we don't want to be overly greedy, but for lack of better terms, this is our baby. But without going back and forth, we would do the 15% for $200,000, and we would do it today.
Why did you do that?
Two sharks are out. Stephanie and Brett have 3 offers on the table for their baby sleepwear company, Sleeping Baby. They've countered 15% to Damon's offer of $200,000 for 20% of the company.
Why did you do that? I would normally want 33%. I will have a lot of work to do on this. Going down any lower will be challenging because obviously there's a lot of in-kind things that come with it because when I have a staff, I'm still paying them, not putting the cost onto you. I have to stick to my number, and I'm sorry, I normally would be 33%. I really want to take this ride with you, but I have to stick at 20.
Let me ask you this. Do you want to partner another shark in this process?
Absolutely not.
You got a deal, buddy. Thanks.
Congratulations.
I like that other part. You want a partner? No.
Congratulations, guys.
I love that. Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to pass out.
We knew that we wanted to do business with Damon.
Yeah. He knows his stuff in that industry, and so we're so excited that we have someone that's been there, done that, and can lead us through the next million years of zippity zip.
Today we're at Target to see our brand new Shark Tank display with 6 of our Shark Tank products. And we've invited our 6th grade entrepreneurs here to see the display for the very first time.
I'm so excited for them. I'm excited for us. I mean, this is Target. What's happening? From my end, we have Kazam, we have La La Land, U-Lace, Kiss Sticks, and we have Monkey Mat.
And I've brought in Ryan's Barkery, now known as Rise Ruffery. 1,000 stores across the U.S. with this beautiful display. It's almost like a magical dream, right?
Seeing my product at a Target pretty much took my breath away. This is what I had envisioned before I went on Shark Tank, and now, just a year later, it's happening.
This really shows you the power of Shark Tank and the kind of huge deal a shark can bring to the
That's
table.
exactly right. Pretty much all you guys started in a basement, a kitchen, a garage. You guys have hit the big time.
Shark Tank proves that if you have a great idea and you're willing to work like crazy, your dream can come true.
I didn't have a place to live. I was living in a friend's house. Since Shark Tank, the future is truly bright.
Shark Tank has opened up so many doors for us, and Monkey Mat's becoming a household name. It's for real. We finally have the brand recognition to sell through in a place like Target.
Before Shark Tank, we only had $70,000 in sales. 2.5 years later, we're approaching $2 million.
We did the math. Before Shark Tank, all 6 companies combined, about 1.3 million in sales. Post Shark Tank, $7.7 million in sales.
That's a 500% increase.
Shark Tank on 3. Anybody who tells you the American dream is not alive and well has never watched Shark Tank. We send a message every Friday night on ABC that the American dream is alive and well.
Thank you, Morgan Barbara.
Next into the tank is a unique concept in men's grooming.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Michael Elliott. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and my business is Hammer and Nails. I'm seeking $200,000 in exchange for 20% equity in my company. Sharks, there are millions of guys like me who go to nail salons for manicures and pedicures, but we do so reluctantly. It's not the service that we hate so much, it's the environment. Nail salons weren't designed to appeal to men's sensibilities. Women are their desired customers, and us guys know that. We feel that the moment we walk in the door. So I created Hammer and Nails, the nail shop for guys. In my shop, guys feel right at home with low lighting, in oversized leather chairs just like this, wearing high-end headphones, watching premium programming on their own personal 32-inch flat-screen TVs. Hammer and Nails is man cave nirvana. My goal is to grow Hammer Nails across the U.S. and the world. With an investment from you Sharks, I can reach my goal, and together, we can put the man in manicure. Robert, I'd love to have you come down.
I would love to come down.
Amazing
I wanted to do it.
Chair.
Oh, please.
Come out.
Oh, wow.
See, there you go.
This is very comfortable.
There you go.
Clever.
Thank you.
How did you come up with this?
Well, I was in desperate need of a pedicure. It was like a crime scene down there. So I go to this nail salon. I'm sitting there. It's filled with women, and I just felt like a fish out of water. And that was my aha moment. What was surprising to me was how many of my well-groomed guy friends admitted that they had never had a manicure or pedicure before. It was something unmanly.
Okay, give us some numbers. Do you have
let's go to the business.
Oh, absolutely. So I opened Hammer Nails 7 months ago. So far, we've generated $150,000. We'll do another $100,000 in the next 5 months. So we'll do $250,000 our first year.
That was great. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
What
Thank
do
you.
you charge
Thank you,
for
Natasha.
a manicure pedicure?
Prices range from $23 up to as high as $125.
Do you do anything else such as tailoring or anything else there?
Waxing?
No, we only do manicures and pedicures, some massages, and this is why. I think by creating services like facials, waxing, things like that, suddenly Hammer Nails becomes a salon. I want Hammer Nails to be what it is. I want to protect the brand and stay in our lane and be the best at it. Because 3,000 guys have walked through my door, millionaires to the guys that work at the cable company.
What's your background?
Well, look, when I was 16 years old, I was a kid in the system. I was a ward of the state of Pennsylvania. I spent my junior year of high school living in a youth shelter. By 18, I was literally on the streets. I spent 2 years living on the streets of Philadelphia, and by 20, I decided that I wanted to make something of myself. So I saved up my money, and I decided to publish the very first hip-hop magazine on March 15th, 1988. I went from homeless to being, it was called Crush, K-R-U-S-H. The very next year, I took $250, and I created a local hip-hop music video show called Crush Rap, and I self-syndicated it to 20 markets. I became the director of special projects for this magazine called The Source, which was, at that point, the Rolling Stone of hip-hop. The Source. The Source?
I know you. I mean, you're a legend. I mean,
thank you.
Keep going. The story's good, so you're entertaining.
The story's great.
Well, I was sort of burned out on hip-hop and decided to move to California. I decided I was going to write movies of all things. So literally, I went to a bookstore. I bought a book on screenwriting.
Did you write a screenplay?
Oh boy, did I. 13 months later, I sold my very first script to 20th Century Fox. 4 years later, it was the movie Brown Sugar. Most recently, I had a film in theaters called Just Right, starred Queen Latifah. My films to date have generated $118 million at the box office.
You know, your story's fascinating.
Fascinating. Thank you. My plan is 2 things. I want to franchise this business. I believe that this could be the Starbucks of men's nail shops all over the world. I believe that.
And you can say I believe all you want.
Listen, Kevin, it's
the only
not
thing
about...
that speaks the truth to a franchisee is cash flow.
No, listen.
That's what they want to know, cash flow.
Kevin, I understand that. But here's what I know.
I like it when I say that. In other words, somebody comes here and says, how much money am I going to make in the first year? And you say, you have to believe. It comes down to proof of concept.
Absolutely.
So, Michael, let the numbers talk. Let the numbers talk. 250,000 forecast for this year. How much money are you going to make?
Well, I will say this.
Uh-oh.
I didn't go into this particular business believing that in my first year I'll be profitable.
So you're going to break even?
I will break even. In fact, last month we did 25% more in revenue, and we did break even.
Why wouldn't you just keep it for yourself?
Why would I not? Franchise a business? Yeah. There's much more money to be made franchising this business.
No. We'll disagree on that, because when you've got it and you're ahead of the curve, get to the point where it is so profitable, the franchisees will pay whatever, as opposed to you're having to convince the franchisees. You're putting the cart before the horse, and for those reasons, I'm out.
Okay.
So, I think that the hammer and nails is really clever, but I have no idea if guys would go to that or not. I don't think that I could even judge whether or not this business would make me my money back. Except for that reason, I'm out.
I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
I mean, I really do. I mean, I'm sitting here and thinking, why aren't there more of these salons out there for guys? But I really didn't like your answer to Mark, because the only good answer to the question that Mark asked you, which is why don't you just do it on your own, is I don't have the capital. I put every penny together to open up one store, and I'm proving a concept, and that's why I have to franchise if I want to grow. I appreciate the manicure, but I'm out.
So Michael, you're about 2.5 years from even getting anybody to sign for a franchise license. At some point, you have to tell me what the stabilized numbers are for a 2 to 3 year period. No matter how much you try and sell the vision, and you're very good at it, in the end, as we know in the Shark Tank, the numbers rule. They always dictate the truth. Your business doesn't make money. And I do not believe. So I'm out.
Okay. Thanks for considering. So I applaud you for what you're attempting to do in regards to bringing back style and teaching men some manners. I used to be a member of a place in New York called John Allen, a very similar place. I like the concept. My challenge is this. I believe if you have a customer, you have to upsell the customer, especially if you're selling an experience like this. You go to someplace like a John Allen, they have fine suits, they have a bar. Also, that would be harder to duplicate for a franchise owner if they try to knock you off. I don't see all of that here. I'm out. Okay. I appreciate you guys listening.
Good luck, Michael.
Consider it.
Yeah, good luck. Congrats on your success.
Thank you. And thank you for what you've done for hip-hop. Thank you. Thank you.
I think you brought up a great point about being able to be knocked off as a franchise.
I was surprised Kevin didn't bring it up. I mean, it's just chairs with some people doing
I don't think it's going to break even ever. That's what I think. It's going to zero.
I look forward to the time when all of the Sharks, with all due respect, kick themselves and go, oh my God, he did it. That's going to happen. So, watch.
Next up are recent college grads who believe they have a better way to stay recharged.
Sharks, my name is Bill Shuandy, co-founder and CEO of Amber.
And my name's Kyle Bird. I'm head of product and a co-founder at Amber.
Sharks, today we are raising $200,000 in exchange for 20% stake within Amber.
Sharks, how many times have you been at an airport and had your phone tragically die in your arms? You know our pain all too well. The fact is, we didn't want to walk around with chargers in our pockets or give our phones to bartenders to charge our phones in a public space. We saw a problem and we came up with a solution.
Sharks, Amber is a mobile phone charging station that is completely free to use. We secure your device in one of our 7 compartments using biometric scanning, namely fingerprint scanning. We made it super, super simple. Let's show you how it works. Simply walk up, scan their fingerprint, choose one of the available compartments, and whenever they're done, they simply rescan their finger and one of the doors will unlock.
We realized that Amber wasn't just a free, secure way for people to charge their phones in a public space, but could also drive revenue for venues by keeping people around longer and heightening the overall customer experience. We want to put Amber in bars, restaurants, gyms, movie theaters, arenas, really anywhere. The list goes on and on.
Sharks, by securing an investment today, we can make our first big push into seeing Amber in venue across the nation. Now, who wants to secure a deal with Amber?
So, is the product shipping?
So we are pre-revenue.
I love that word, pre-revenue.
We just graduated a few weeks ago from college.
Where'd you go to school?
James Madison University in Virginia.
Bill, walk me through the premise. You walk into a bar.
Sure.
I'm a bar owner.
You're a bar owner.
How much are you going to charge me?
So we will either charge you $2,000 outright for the unit, or you can lease it either on a 6-9 month.
So I buy for $2,000. That's it. There's no more revenue
Or you
for
can get it right on your wall for $150 right there, and it's a monthly $150.
It's a convenience for the bar, but it's not something they have to have.
Well, so actually right now, people are charging their phones in bars, right? They're giving their bartenders to waitresses and waiters. That's a liability. It's like, hey, can I get my phone? Well, that waiter or waitress may have left, gotten off work, and now they have a lost phone.
Guys, you said a door locks. I didn't see a door lock.
So the locks in here is what we're using for testing. We're actually currently sourcing our locks through Master Lock.
Okay, so there will be a door on there.
Yeah, yes.
Bill, have you tested the fingerprint scanner?
We have. We tested all on the back end.
Because I'm in the cybersecurity space.
Right.
And here's what I know about fingerprint scanners. They can be very finicky, except for the very, very high-end ones. With all due respect to you, the idea of you walking up once, putting your finger in there, and it recognizing you and the door coming down is ludicrous. We have a big security center. The fingerprint scanner that we pay for people to get into that center was well over $50,000. There's no way for that price point you're going to buy a fingerprint scanner that's going to work that quickly. So here's how it's going to work. Someone's going to come up, they're going to go once, they're going to go twice, they're going to go 3 times.
And then they're going to pull it off the wall.
and this is before they've had something to drink.
Tell us how much you've invested, right? Because you've got to build prototypes.
So on our college budgets, we are sitting, I think we're right around $11,000.
And what does it cost you to make a unit?
Right now, we can make the unit for $1,000 with...
Oh, $1,000? This is going to end so badly.
That is such a bad business.
What are you're saying the cost of it to buy is $2,000, right?
Oh, it's $150 a month or $2,000 outright.
Why would a bar pay you $2,000 when you go to the airport? Those guys who have the big charges, they issue it for free because they want to do their advertising. Why wouldn't a bar put one of those free devices behind the bar?
I mean, why does anybody really need this? I think there's so many personal charging devices, and actually I'm in the space right now where we're creating something that is light years ahead of this. I'm out.
The cost is horrible, guys. I mean, you've got to get this down under $100.
And that's exactly what we're trying to do.
But you're
it's just
so
the
far away, right? And I feel bad because you put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Wait, no sweat and tears, just blood in the water. Blood.
We've actually had a lot of interest from festivals and, say, larger scale venues, conventions. So we developed a product like putting it on a stand and having, say, 14 units.
Look, whenever you have a lot of people, one of the things you don't want to do is create a reason for them to congregate in one spot waiting for something. All you're doing is creating more lines. And then the finger scanner, someone's wet, someone's grimy. You're at a festival, it's not going to be a clean environment. This is definitely not for me. I'm out.
There's only one answer to this. I have to hire you both so I can fire you. This is so horrible. How do you think this has any chance of surviving and working? I hate this so much, it's incredible. It's one of the worst ideas I've ever seen. I'm out.
I have absolutely no interest in this business. I'm out.
So we do have competition. There are a few companies
there's a lot of competitors.
Now. Right.
Your biggest competitor is free. You've come out with an incredibly elegant solution to free. Look, I'm out.
Good luck, Thank you guys very much for your time.
I think that was the shortest pitch.
It's the worst pitch, that's why.
It's horrible.
I thought you'd put your glass there and fill it up.
Hey, you left it.
The cost was an issue. The security was an issue. I know it works. We've tested it a million times. I mean, I would probably go Rail Hirschbeck in the teeth. I mean, that's not... That's right. You wanted me to be honest. I'm being honest.
Next up are entrepreneurs with what they believe is a better version of a common wardrobe staple.
Hi Sharks, I'm David.
And I'm Randy. Our company is Bombas, and we're here today seeking $200,000 in exchange for a 5% equity stake. Bombas are athletic leisure socks engineered to look better, feel better, and with a mission to help those in need.
The mass market athletic sock hasn't changed in decades. Same basic colors, same styles, same cardboard feel until now.
We spent 2 years on research and development and came up with 7 substantial improvements to the athletic sock. The result is the most thoughtfully designed and comfortable pair of socks you'll ever wear.
But the story of Bombas goes way beyond re-engineering the athletic sock. We learned that socks are the #1 most requested clothing item at homeless shelters. That really stuck with us. So for every pair of socks we sell, we donate a pair.
So we hope you'll join us to make better socks for a better world.
We brought some socks with us today for you guys to try on.
Thank you.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Here you go.
Can I get these?
Those two.
Thank you.
These two are for you. Sure. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Sure. We'd like to take a quick moment while you're trying them on to take you through our 7 substantial improvements. We started with Peruvian Pima cotton. This is a natural fiber that wicks moisture, breathes, stays warm in the winter, and cool in the summer. Up by the toes, we got rid of that annoying seam that's always causing irritation, creating our Invisitoe. In the midfoot area, we created our proprietary honeycomb arch support system and added our ultra-comfortable performance footbed.
And back by the heel, we created a Y-shaped stitch to create a natural cup around your heel and added a blister tab for the ankle socks.
So David, Randy, I'm a big runner. I got to tell you, specialty sports socks are everywhere. How are you different?
Our primary difference is that we tested socks from everything down to your cheap mass market multi-packs all the way up to your $18 to $22 niche athletic running socks, which is what you're talking about. We found out the major things that made those socks feel so much better and brought them down to a $9 price point. And on that $9 price point, we're still able to donate a pair for every pair purchased.
I too am a fine-tuned athlete. I can open up to 3 bottles of wine in an hour, and I like to do it with socks on. But I have a question philosophically about this idea of giving something away every time you sell. You have to double your sales to give me the equivalent returns that I get from a company that's not doing the same thing.
Or your sales double because of the goodwill that you're putting out there.
What's your wholesale?
We sell exclusively online.
What are your sales to date, and when did you first start?
So we first started in October of last year, and in the 9 months since we launched, we have $450,000 in sales.
That's not bad. What will sales be next year?
We think that we'll close the end of this year at $1.1 million. We think we'll close next year at 2.7, and the year after that, 4.9.
Great sales for online.
An average margin is 54%. That's shipped to the customer.
Including the giveaway?
Including the giveaway.
And what is your month-to-month growth?
So our month-to-month growth has plateaued this year, but we've also been spending the last 2 months on fundraising. We've been able to circle $900,000 in outside funding.
At what value?
$4 million valuation.
Guys, why are you worth $4 million?
Well, it's worth what people will pay you for it.
But you can get bozos or you can get me.
You get both with it.
The godfather of bozos right here.
Guys, the $4 million valuation in a total commodity of socks is ludicrous. And I think reality will strike because you guys are still sock cockroaches. You're nowhere. You have no market share yet. You have no retail exposure.
You could have said that to the guy
I
who
think
started
if you can raise money
any company,
from any
company.
You got to start somewhere.
If any of these sharks give you money at that valuation, I will forbid it. It's ridiculous. I'm out.
Thanks for your
I
consideration.
appreciate your time.
So 400,000 in sales. Impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's the challenge. Will it work as a standalone online business for the long term, or is it supplementary? You haven't convinced me that this will work as a standalone product sale.
Let me address that. So in the $450,000 that we've done today, we have spent $0 on advertising or customer acquisition. So all of those sales have come from people telling other people about our product.
That's the concern. Word of mouth is not a scalable strategy.
Right. So word of mouth was our proof of concept, right? That is what
Okay,
told
so
us.
what's the next?
So the next step is we're taking this money and hiring people, the customer acquisition specialist, who is going to raise our base daily sales from $500 to $3,000 to $5,000 a day to build our baseline cushion.
David,
hold on. Partnership with globally hotel recognized
That's not a good
brands.
answer for me. I don't think you've done a good job of telling me what's going to look like and what the key advantage is going forward. I'm out. Great sock, though.
Thank you.
Before all the sharks out, do you want to change your valuation metrics?
We're open to offers if you guys want to.
Well, let's let another one drop out and see what happens.
When I heard you just now say that you wanted to use the money to hire in people, I hate when I hear that. You are two smart guys, and I feel you should be doing everything to run everything that you can right now, the two of you, so I really don't like that strategy. Emma.
You've plateaued. And you know when you're viral, i.e. word of mouth, right? Now's the time, 9 months in, you should not be plateauing, right? And I get now you want to spend money because you have to. My biggest problem is when you look at Warby Parker, when you look at Tom's, they're very high margin, much higher dollar items. A $9 sock, when it's all said and done with a $5 margin, there's just not enough margin dollars in each sale and each customer, and that's always going to make you have to run faster and further. And for those reasons, I'm out.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
Okay, now we're down to one shark, happens to be the fashion guru. You know that scene in those movies in the ER where they're bringing the patient and the heart is slowly paddle hysterical. That's happening right now. So you have a chance now to readjust your valuation before you hear from the last shark, who happens to be in the fashion industry. Do you think you should do that, or are you going to go down with the boop, boop, beep?
4 sharks are out. Damon is David and Randy's last chance to make a deal for their athletic sock company, Bombas.
You have a chance now to readjust your valuation before you hear from the last shark, who happens to be in the fashion industry. Do you think you should do that?
You've heard from 4 other well-educated people in business. They obviously don't agree with that valuation. Do you have a different valuation that you would like to offer?
So we came here today, obviously, with your background, wanting to strike a deal with you. So based on that, we would probably be willing to go down to, I mean, how about $200,000 at 10%? That gives you a $2 million valuation. That cuts our valuation in half, but we think you can bring a ton of value to this.
$200,000 for 10% is your counter?
So you cut the valuation in half, down from $4 million to $2 million.
Specifically for Damon.
What, it's only a Damon John deal?
I mean, it is.
What other options do you have?
It'd be foolish to say that he doesn't bring value to, an immense amount of value.
So guys, I was about to be out, but I like that valuation only because it looks like you do want to get to work. $200,000 for 20%.
Very sobering to hear reality strike. Very
and
sobering.
I was out already.
Sure.
I had already was thinking about the next person walking through that door.
Sure.
And that small indication of you wanting to make a better deal.
We're here to make a deal.
Okay. I am offering you $200,000 for 20%, and then we'll just get to work.
So I think we really respect your offer. I think that the challenge with that, and I understand that you might want more equity, is that we need the additional equity to go out and raise capital without giving away 40% of the company.
What are you raising the capital for?
We're raising the capital to hire and spend on marketing and, build out our team.
Inventory and product as well.
Inventory and product I'll finance.
You'll finance that outside of our deal.
I'll finance the inventory.
Regardless of how much it is?
Regardless of how much that is, but I would have to question what you're doing with the marketing and everything else, because that's a black hole of advertising.
Sure.
So I will finance the inventory.
So our counter to that would be $200,000 at 15% with a $200,000 line of credit.
That's just so crazy.
Okay, guys. I'll tell you what. I'll try to meet you somewhere in the middle. I'm going to finance the inventory, $200,000 for 17.5%. That's it.
No line of credit.
I'm financing the goods. I'm on the hook for the goods right now.
Can we take a moment and call our CFO?
No. Your CFO gave you the bad advice already to ask for that valuation. It's you guys, and I don't want to talk to anybody else. As partners, I'm going to talk to you guys, and you're going to talk to me.
I can't believe it.
All right. You have a deal.
We'll take the deal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Great decision. Great decision. Great decision. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, guys. Good job.
Congratulations.
You can thank me now. You can thank Mr. Wonderful.
We got a deal. We'll thank all of you. Yeah. It's a surreal moment. I mean, we've been building this brand, building this company, and now to have Damon as a shark backing Bombas, it means that the company is validated for us in a new way.
The wait is over.
We're back.
With over $40 million in deals made in the tank so far and thousands of jobs created, Emmy Award-winning Shark Tank has reinvigorated entrepreneurship in America. And now we're back.
When you have an opportunity, when lightning hits, you gotta go.
Come on, kids.
More ingenious ideas.
We created an innovative, fun brand that's really speaking to our generation.
Drop in a tablet and let it go to work.
It's completely waterproof and it floats.
And life-changing deals.
When you walked in here, I thought cha-ching, a-ling-a-ding-dong.
I'll give you $275, but I want 51%.
The horror. Give her a deal.
If I offered you $30 million, would you take it?
No.
With surprising new entrepreneurs.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel, and I want to tell you a story.
And an exciting new guest shark. They come from all walks of life, chasing the American dream.
I'm engaged and my fiance lives in Japan. She can't come out here unless I make this happen.
My mom struggled with drug addiction her whole life, and I worked my way out.
I was raised by a single mother.
Me too.
I resonate with this, and I want to be a part of this.
When Noah was born, I was getting my MBA. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I never got to take that risk.
You guys are the American dream come true. You are why I do this show.
But no one is safe when there's blood in the water.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You guys don't like when you get scooped.
Are you out of your mind? My BS meter is going nuts.
Are you going to take me behind the bar now and shoot me?
150, gone. 250, vaporized. Now you're vaporized. Get out of here.
Dad, who let you out of your cage?
Sorry, that is such crap. I don't want to say something rude to you, so I'm just going to go.
Wait, you're not the guy to walk away.
And tonight, an all-new 2-hour Shark Tank event.
Ding, ding, ding.
I hate this so much. It's incredible.
There's two types of people to quicken the deck.
The new season starts now.
Come on, guys, come on!
I've been rich and I've been poor. Rich is better. Better.
I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Brett, and we're husband and wife from Fort Worth, Texas.
When we first had Charlotte, we were so excited. But as happens, the sleepless night started. Out of desperation, I created something that had our daughter sleeping through the night every night.
Stephanie's invention was life-changing. We knew it would help other parents across the world, so we launched our business.
Things were moving along great, and we were ready to have another baby. After getting pregnant, I started experiencing pain, and we went to the hospital and found out that we had lost the baby. The doctors had told me that if I had not gone in, I would have died within 24 hours. To continue on with business as usual was impossible for me. I had to tell my customers, I need your patience and understanding because I lost a baby. As soon as I shared that, I was flooded with these women that had gone through what I had gone through. It really helped me heal, and then soon we found out we were pregnant again. Every cloud has a silver lining, and our silver lining was our little boy, Maverick. We've taken the company this far, but we really need the Sharks' involvement to reach our full potential.
We hope the Sharks will see how truly special this business really is. What's up, Sharks? My name is Brett Parker.
And I'm Stephanie Parker, and we're from Fort Worth, Texas.
Our company is Sleeping Baby, and we're here seeking an investment of $200,000 in exchange for 10% of our company.
For new parents, the most valuable commodity is sleep. You'll do anything to get your baby to sleep longer. Our product is a sleep insanity saver for parents and babies everywhere.
When our daughter, Charlotte, was a newborn, we practiced the swaddle technique, where we wrapped her up like a little burrito in a tight and cozy fit, helped her sleep through the night. This is our son, Maverick. He's all snug in a swaddle, and then all of a sudden, like most babies, eventually, they break out. And they start scratching their face, waking themselves up, and that's never good for the baby or the parent. Well, our daughter, as she got older, began waking up every 15 minutes. We were exhausted. We knew that we had to do something to transition off the swaddle.
Out of desperation and exhaustion, I sat down on my little sewing machine, and the fabulous Zippity Zip was born. Like a swaddle, it mimics the cozy enclosed environment of the womb, but it also allows the baby to push up and roll over and wiggle around safely and freely. I'll show you a little bit how it works. So this is our little son, Maverick again, sleeping in a Zippity Zip, and he startles, and as you can see, because of the slight resistance in the arms, he's able to put himself back to sleep without my help.
Aww.
So, when our daughter tried the Zippity Zip the first time, she slept 12 hours, which means we slept 12 hours that night. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of our Zippity Zips so you can see the fabulous quality.
So who startled the baby just to make a great video?
Me. I know, right?
I see your
was like,
priorities
oh gosh.
underwater. I like it.
What's yours got on it, Kevin? Monsters.
Okay, so why don't you tell us how many of these little straitjackets you're selling?
We've sold a few. We've sold about 25,000.
What do you sell them for?
$34.95 to $39.95.
When did you start selling them?
2.5 years. So we've sold a little over $1 million worth.
Wow.
Do you sell them direct? Do you sell them wholesale?
100% of our business is through our own site.
Online.
100%?
100%.
Good for you.
So how did you get the word out there about it? How do people know to get it?
There's an incredible community of moms that when their babies are sleeping, they talk. We have done no marketing.
Guys, we were trying to make $200 a month so my wife could stay at home with the baby. We invested $700 into this business.
Total.
Total.
That's it. Built a $500 website, grabbed $200 of the fabric, and threw it together. And when we went live, we did $200 in 5 minutes, shut it off. And my wife said, what am I going to do? And I said, you're going to learn how to sew.
So what makes the baby fall asleep in this? Because he's not tight.
No, I can tell you a little bit of science behind it. So a baby, when they're stuck in the womb for a really long time, they're in that little tiny ball, right? And so when they are out of the womb, all of a sudden there's this freedom, and they have something called a Moro reflex.
A what?
A Moro reflex. It's a startle reflex. So that when a baby puts their arms out, they kind of feel like they're falling until they jolt. And just like you saw right there. And so they need to feel their edges. And if they're able to feel their edges, then they're able to fall back asleep a lot more efficiently.
So it's a womb-like protective state.
Exactly.
Okay, so if I gave you $200,000, could you quadruple your production?
Immediately.
And do you know which SKUs you would do that to?
I would do it with my new prints that I know for a fact will sell, and I'll tell you why. I have actually vetted these prints with all of my online followers, so they vote on them.
Wow.
And they choose what they want. I cannot tell you the community of women that is part of our process. Is just it's mind blowing. Last year we lost our baby, and we had an incredible community of people that were willing to be there for us and vice versa for them, in terms of just feeling like they could go to our